In a parallel universe, warrior Wu charges forward on horseback. Next, we soar over Liao's southern capital, prefecture. In that moment, the warrior realizes he's in ancient Beijing 900 years in the past. The scene jumps to today. Our protagonist stands before university. Clutching a golden trophy, our hero calls out to. He confesses, reminding her of her promise to date him if he won the championship. She rejects him instantly, admitting she's into someone from the basketball club. Suddenly, the rival appears, slings an arm around the girl, and taunts our boy for his height. The basketball player confesses it was all a setup for his own amusement. Stunned by the humiliation, Wu is left speechless. Rage surges through our protagonist, making their hand tremble. The basketball player warns him to stay back, boasting he's worth millions. The rival waves dismissively, telling our hero to scram, but our MC brushes past him without a second glance. The crowd murmurs, praising Wu's brilliance while mocking his height. Clouds gather as a storm unleashes. Alone in the rain, our hero realizes he's been played. Eyes widen with fury. Lost in thought, he misses the truck barreling toward him. Struck head-on, the kid crashes to the ground, defying his fate. A portal of blue light bursts open, yanking him into a mysterious tunnel. His soul is transported, swapping places with his ancient warrior self. System message declares the body swap is complete, and everyone's memories will now be altered. As he wakes, his blurred vision catches a figure looming before him. His vision sharpens as a woman's voice calls out an unfamiliar name, hesitating. He spots a breathtaking woman in ancient attire who tells him, "You're finally awake." She gently sets the bowl of medicine on the table, steady hands preventing a single drop from spilling. He hasn't eaten in 3 days, that's why he looks so pale and thin. In her mind, she finds him even more handsome now that he's slimmer. She asks if he's okay, but he's too busy wondering if the nurses are just cosplaying. He still melts into a goofball every time he sees the cute nurse. Awkwardly, our hero asks the nurse who cared for him, "What's your name?" She corrects him, she's not a nurse, her name is. He's baffled, why does she keep calling him? He glances around ancient house, old-fashioned clothes, and realizes he's been reborn as Wu Zhi. Confident in his reincarnation, he strikes a pose and summons the system. Approaches with the medicine, making our protagonist nearly leap in shock. Panic grips him, he knows that medicine spells disaster in the original story. His mind races back to the scene where the woman uses that very medicine to poison him. He knocks the bowl from her grasp, calling her venomous fear flashing in his eyes. The slap sends the bowl crashing to the floor. Moved by his reaction, tears fill her eyes as confusion washes over her. Reveals she's nursed him back to health for 3 days after local thugs beat him up. But Wu realizes they've just moved here, so she hasn't met her lover yet. She backs off for now and he breathes a sigh of relief, knowing he just narrowly escaped disaster. She snatches a broom and sweeps up his mess. He watches her, torn between fleeing or daring to rewrite history. He refuses to let her go and vows to fight for her. He decides the best defense is a strong offense. He recalls facing a fierce rival on the soccer field. He launches a fierce kick, igniting the ball in midair. The blazing soccer ball rockets toward the goal. Pang Chummy steps in as goalie, determined to block the shot. In his mind, our hero is prepared for any challenge. Suddenly, a scream of pain yanks him back to reality. He spots on the floor, clutching her stomach in agony. Alarmed, our protagonist hurries to help, but the woman insists it's only her monthly cramps. She senses he's changed yet familiar, and suddenly a system appears. The screen flashes in his mind, calling itself the Beauty Development System. Your goal wins full favor in just 1 week. Crushed by doubt, our heroes never even asked a girl out. The system warns, fail and your soul is erased, no reincarnation. As a newbie, he's given a mission, cure the woman's pain in 5 minutes. Wu panics if he fails, he'll shrink by 60 centimeters and become tiny. He claims he can ease her pain and urges her to lie on the bed. She lies on the bed and asks, "Can you really take the pain away?" He grins, declaring he was a top medical student, this is his specialty. He rubs his hands together, a blue aura glowing to life. Our hero gently massages her, easing her pain and warming her body. His glowing hands press precise acupuncture points on her stomach. Relief washes over the girl, her face lighting up with pure bliss. Says her stomach feels better, and she never expected him to be this talented. She reflects on her bitter life, stunned by her husband's unexpected gentleness. She wonders if with time she might accept him, so she chooses to wait a little longer. With a confident smile, our protagonist declares, "I'm not finished, now you'll see what I can really do." He intensifies the treatment, moving his hands with renewed force. A radiant light bursts from the girl, revealing his healing power. Moans softly, little hearts fluttering all around. Wu asks if the pain has returned, but she replies that now it feels pleasantly tingly. Too embarrassed, she can't voice her true feelings. Time's almost up, he goes all in. Pleads for him to stop, overwhelmed by the sensations. Determined not to fail, he pours all his knowledge into completing the treatment. Radiant light surges through her as she levitates, the healing at its zenith. A surge of energy explodes, completing the treatment for good. Our hero inspects her status, as the system congratulates him for mastering the technique. Wu stares at his glowing hand, stunned by his newfound power. Brimming with confidence, he vows to face his rival fearlessly and take control of his destiny. Our hero lies in bed, eyes fixed on the system screen. The attribute panel reveals he gained 10 points for assisting yesterday. He debates whether to spend his points on strength or charisma to finish the mission. He sits deep in thought, eyes locked on the screen. Curiosity overtakes him, and he pokes a hole in the paper door to spy on the woman. Peering through the tiny hole, our protagonist sees everything in the next room. His eye mirrors the scene, utterly captivated. He spots calmly bathing, pouring water over herself with a ladle. Shrouded in steam, her beauty still shines through. The yellow-eyed girl bathes on, oblivious to watching eyes. Wu Zhi watches intently as water trickles down her legs. She stretches, savoring the soothing bath. Suddenly, his nose bleeds and he smacks his head against the door. Turns at the sound by the door. He regains his composure and surprises himself by offering her freshly cooked fried rice. A new mission arises. Our hero must cook for or suffer the consequences. He quickly ties his apron, ready to face the culinary challenge. He pours all 10 points into intelligence, maxing out his cooking skill for a victory. The system reveals the ultimate golden egg fried rice recipe. He gathers the ingredients and cracks eggs into a bowl. The pan sizzles as he pours in the eggs, then quickly adds the rice. Wielding his new skills, our hero expertly flips the rice with masterful flair. He presents his masterpiece, Wu Zhi's golden fried rice. Steps in, stunning him, she looks like a goddess. He hands her the food and she praises its mouthwatering aroma. She sees the rice gleaming like gold, and he reveals he's coated each grain in egg yolk. The girl snaps her head around, fury in her eyes, leaving our hero bewildered. Scolds him for wasting eggs and insists he eat it himself since he's just recovered. He realizes she's truly kind and blames an old hag for destroying her future. He envisions the old hag facing justice, her role in the story vivid in his memory. He grips her hands and promises they'll be rich soon. She pleads with him to stay legal, but he promises it'll be a clean business. With his system, our protagonist's challenge isn't earning money, it's keeping it. He's impressed maybe she didn't choose so poorly after all. She tells him she believes in him and that her life is about to change for the better. He motioned for her to sit. He lifts a spoonful of rice to her lips, inviting her to taste. She tastes the fried rice, her face lighting up with pure bliss. She relishes every bite of the meal he made just for her. Her eyes light up, dazzled by the divine taste. The sensation lifts her off the ground, leaving her awestruck. What kind of rice is this? The egg yolk melts on her tongue as sun-warmed rice bursts with flavor. The system congratulates him, awarding 10 points and upgrading his gear. She embraces him, and the system declares her affinity rises by 20%. Flustered, he fears he can't hold back if she keeps hugging him like this.